Today you are going to be learning some Lee Mei. Now if you're looking to upgrade your pressure, understand her frames, I think you came to the right place, so stick around if that's something that sounds interesting to you. Let me introduce you to my team that I currently rock right now and that I'm currently maining. So I'm playing Lee Mei with Striker, and I feel like, you know, this team, you know, makes a lot of sense because, you know, they're both cops, and I just always thought, you know, that was really cool. I will say, you know, most of the time, you know, Lee Mei is played with Scorpion, and with Scorpion, you know, you get like a ton of damage with her. Some other people, you like to play Frost with her, but I personally just chose this cameo because I just think, you know, Striker is just such a cool character, and it just kind of fits with, you know, the characters like archetypes as well. So going into Lee Mei, I'm going to start off by, you know, talking about her strings. So we're going to start off with, you know, her stand 1. So her stand 1 button is a really good stagger. It's something that she should be using pretty often in pressure. And then it's plus, so make sure you poke if you think, you know, if you think they're going to mash. And then you have 1-2 string. Same concept as well. It should be like +2 or 3, so you should get like a free poke after that if they try to challenge. And the string, another string we have access to that's I usually use in a lot of my pressure is my 1-2-4 string, right? But the thing about this 1-2-4 string is that it has a gap in it, and I'll show you here. Let me just set this up real quick. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm gonna show you the gap now. Oh, that fucked it up. Okay, so for some characters, they could get a full combo punish off their armor launchers. So if you're like playing loud, like you're getting launched for a lot of damage, so you can just armor out. So that's kind of the weakness, you know, of that string. So that's the kind of like weakness that, you know, that string has, is that you can just armor out. But that's the whole reason why I play Striker, is to, you know, bait, you know, some of the armor options that the opponent goes for, and also to catch them like pressing buttons when they're like think it's their turn pretty much. So another string that I really like to use like as well is her back 3 string. The thing about back 3 is sometimes your opponent can low profile it if they have like a small hitbox. So I would say this is like a good button to throw out if you like hit them with a poke. Then you can it doesn't like quite gel, so like sometimes you can get like poked out of it, but I think this is a great like stagger tool, because a lot of the times I do like back 3 to like throw, or sometimes I do like back 3 into like more pressure like as well, because back 3 is also plus as well. So that's the kind of thing that I think a lot of rushdown characters have, is they have like a lot of plus frames, you know, in their shit. And then when you add Striker, like as another layer of like plus frames as well, like with his grenades as well. So then when you like combine all those things together, I think it's just like, you know, a recipe for disaster for your opponent. So mid-screen, using her full back 3-4 string, I'm personally not really like a fan of using that string in the mid-screen, because you can't really like get combos off of it, and you can't really go into your fatal blow from the string as well too. So it's kind of like hard to confirm, you know, with my specific cameo. But if you're playing like someone like Scorpion, you could do like shit like that, or shit like this into like your cameo, and then you can keep comboing after that and get like a fuck ton of damage. But since I'm not playing, you know, Scorpion, I don't have access, you know, to those things, but that's okay, because she, you know, makes up for it with pressure. So another string that's like really like important for her and her mind games is her the forward 4 string. I just did her forward 4, and that's, you know, really good, you know, like to catch your opponent off guard. And it's also great to like play neutral with, because like your overall, you know, game plan with Lee May is to catch people with your projectile. Like they can't duck it, but if you cover it with your cameos, you should be all good with that. So you can like play neutral, like you're like walking back, and then you can just catch him with shit like that. Or oh, I'm fucking it up. And you can do like, and you can also like play neutral with her forward for like, and you can just do shit like that. And if you're feeling extra spicy with your neutral, you can honestly just like try to fully commit to the string. Now that wasn't really optimal, so you want to like fully complete her aerial string into her 1-3 flip kick, but that was just a demonstration. She could get a lot more damage that way. Another string that I really like to use in the corner is her 2-1-4 string. 2-1 also, by the way, 2-1 is also a good string to use. It has a pretty good range as well, and it's a pretty good like punish button, because you can't always get like a great punish with your 1-2 string, because sometimes the pushback on some shit is too far, because a lot of people say she has like T-Rex arms, and I think that's true. So if you're struggling to punish something, her 2-1 starter is probably the way you should go. So yeah, anyway, with her 2-1-4 string, it is very fucking plus. It's like plus like 6 or 7, so it's really good. It's something that you should be using inside of the corner, and just for like pressure, because you can pretty much do whatever the fuck you want, you know, after that, if they respect it. The only thing though, and a big problem with this string, I'll show you. All right. Hold on. I did it wrong. The string has a gap, so you can interrupt it too. And I think that is probably the best option to go for, as far as like interrupting her as well. And that is, you know, really good. Another string I like using too as well to play like footsies is her steadying 4-3. That's pretty good, because you know it's a pretty high damaging starter too, like as well. And her steadying 4 has a surprisingly good amount of range. It's pretty good at whiff punishing, so it's pretty good to use in some situations. The only thing is you can just get poked out, or just a lot of people can just duck under your shit, so that's something to be wary of as well. Now I want to be talking about her main game plan. So her main game plan is just to pressure your opponents, you know, with, you know, fireballs, because she has really good zoning capabilities, and if you play her with like other zoning characters, it's really good. But once she gets in your face, like she should have like really pressure heavy depending on the cameo use. I mostly, you know, focus my playstyle on rushdown, because with this team it has like a lot of gimmicks that I could like get away with, as far as, you know, stealing my turns back with my cameo. With things like Scorpion, you just have to, you know, play a really solid neutral game and just hurt like a motherfucker. So another thing to keep in mind is to like stick out buttons into her EX projectile, because that leads to a full combo launch that it's actually +2 on block. So I always like pressing down 4, you know, after, you know, those plus frames. Sometimes people, you know, can manage to find a way to get out, but it's still a pretty good idea to, you know, do shit like that into projectile, like footsie buttons into projectile, like back 3 into projectile. Or honestly, sometimes you can just let that shit rock if you think they're gonna press. as well. So that's something that you can definitely do. A move that I think you should be using is this flip kick. So I think it's actually a pretty good mobility tool to get in. It does come like at a risk, you know, when you're using like the flip kick. It could punish like certain moves like as well. So I think it's a pretty good tool to have as far as like, you know, getting in and punishing moves that you normally can't with. And if you have a cameo that can make you safe after you doing your flip kick, I think that's a really good thing to do, because a lot of the times a gimmick that I personally really love to do is like, you know, flip kick into a grenade call. And sometimes like my flip kick will whiff and they'll think it's their turn, and then I just pretty much like launch them for like thinking it's their turn pretty much. Now I want to take a second just to talk really quickly about her weaknesses. I already talked a little bit about the gaps inside of her strings. I think something else that I also want to bring up about Li Mei is I don't think she combos into her fatal blow that easily, and I think that really holds her back, because a lot of the strings that you think should land with her fatal blow, they don't work. So her 1-2-4 string, for example, it whiffs. That also whiffs. That will whiff as well. Another weakness that she has is I think she doesn't have like the best anti-airs too. So since her buns are so stubby, it's gonna be kind of hard to anti-air with, you know, just her like stand one bun. So like you have to be really solid with her anti-airs, you know, to be able to like make them land, because I feel like most of the time her standing ones are gonna get stuffed, and sometimes you can like do standing two too, but I feel like sometimes, you know, it gets stuffed. I think her best anti-air is gonna be actually surprisingly her stand 3. So I think her stand 3 is gonna be her best anti-air. Now I am gonna go over some beginner bread and butter combos to get you started, and these combos will get you by like for a good while, and then eventually I'm looking to post some more advanced combo guide here soon, so make sure you're on the lookout for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys learned something from this tutorial, and for anything that I can improve on, please let me know in the comments, because I'm always looking, you know, to become better. I'm eventually looking to create a advanced guide with Li Mei and Striker. If that's something that sounds interesting to you, please let me know, because I think these two are ridiculous together. Until next time, I hope you guys keep it crispy.